Now let me just tweet it out. And yeah. Okay, that should be good. Alright, so welcome back, guys. This should be... So last time we held this goodbye party for Amane, who's leaving really soon. But before that, we've made it a goal to try and get to the Passage of Cloud. So let's see what this is about. The old garage, built in a hidden part of the school grounds. I missed that last thing, so let's just go ahead. I forgot scrolling. Does that. Yeah, look at all this blank space. Excellent. So, I'm guessing that was Isuka? That might have been Isuka. It was either Isuka or Amane, but I feel like Isuka because she's the one that even got Amane engrossed in gliders. And she wanted Iska to see what made it so great. Ageha said as I was taking a breather after returning from a flight. We could go one more time, can't we? We still have a little time before the sun goes down completely. She's right. When we came back just now, it was hard to see the runway and my depth perception was messed up. Ageha calls Kotori on her cell phone. Right now, Kotori is by the winch. Yes, perfect wind for training has just started blowing through. As she speaks, Amane looks towards the eastern sky. There is the orange glow of sunset, the same as always. Looks like the sign has appeared again. The sky indicated that nothing would happen the following morning. I watched her from the side while she looked to the sky and her face seemed filled with impatience. Since the winch came back, we've been doing as many test flights as possible every day. I forgot to get a water bottle, and I'll need one for this stream because I will be reading a lot, so I will go ahead and grab some water and be back. Excellent. There are adjustments to be made to the glider, but the main objective is for Amane and I to do flight training. Around 600 meters. Yeah, but it's still hard to ride the thermals. Thermals are the vertical drafts formed by air heated by the Earth's surface. They occur more easily in areas where the temperature above the ground rises easily, like soil or asphalt. By catching these thermals, we can fly to higher altitudes. However, the thing we're chasing is a wind, which is invisible. It's not easy to catch. Even after riding it well, the wind is fickle. The flow and strength are not stable, and may suddenly disappear. But if we don't get good at riding it, we won't be able to fly high enough to reach the passage of clouds. Amane looks down with a blank expression, and without even attempting to eat it, plays with her pasta with her fork. You didn't like it? She gave a faint smile and prodded at her pasta. I looked towards Ageha and shrugged. Kotori was next to Amane, absorbed in reading the book that she had borrowed from the library. Why don't you do that after you've finished eating? It's no good. She's not listening. Kotori, for a long time, has been finding out about Morning Glory. Since we started the test flights, Kotori, being disabled, has had nothing to do except operate the winch. That's why she seems to be thinking, I'm useless. She was really involved in the construction of the main wings too, so that's not true at all. But because of this, we found out about something important. A few days ago, after the farewell party, Hibari translated from the book written in English after being pestered by Kotori. It's a book about Morning Glory. According to this, the clouds that appear above Australia can have a total length of approximately 1,000 kilometers. It's not just one cloud that appears, it can be many at the same time. When the sun comes up, the temperature increases and the clouds disappear. There's only about 2 hours before that happens. For the local people, this is a sign of rain and raging winds below beneath the clouds. For the local people, this is a sign of rain and raging winds blow beneath the clouds. The altitude of the clouds is about 1 or 2 kilometers. If you can ride the vertical drafts well, it is possible to reach those altitudes. Let me refresh my stream here, just to make sure. Okay, it's updated. Let's go. Hibari translates as she reads. Calm down! This is talking about Australia! Huh. Kotori excitedly opens a page in the old notebook. It's a flight log written by one of the old members. Kotori opened it to the page that explained the signs that were seen on the day the photograph was taken, in other words, the day that the morning glory had occurred. It seems that they did a test on that day and there was detailed information on the weather conditions written in the flight log. This was written in the remarks column. They went to the effort of writing it, so that must mean that there was quite a big change in air temperature. As for the color of the sky, it doesn't say. The important thing is, the log was written without the knowledge that today, morning glory will occur. They wrote this without realizing that this was a sign of the morning glory. Since then, Kotori has been checking the weather forecast every night and reading books about weather like she's trying to become a weather forecaster or something. So, the 3 signs that indicate the coming of a morning glory are as follows. 1. The day before, a warm, strong wind blows, and the temperature is high enough to cause water droplets to appear on a fridge in a pub. 2. At dusk, on the day before, the eastern sky is purple. 3. It's much colder than most summer days. Perhaps this information isn't just nonsense, and this is all we had to go on. I'm not sure. Every day we take in turns to wake up before dawn to see whether or not those clouds have appeared, even if there are no signs the day before. Whose turn is it today? Damn, I can't even pick. Alright, let me just pick Ageha, because obviously. I'm already getting another choice, are you kidding? It's you, isn't it, Ageha? I'm just going to pick Ageha for literally every choice. Hey, don't try to play dumb. Well then, I'd better quickly have a bath and go to bed. If the morning glory does come, we have to fly right away. That's why we covered the glider on the runway and just covered it up with a sheet. Even if it doesn't occur, we can still start doing test flights from early in the morning. It's a little rough, but it doesn't look like it's going to rain, so there isn't much we can do. There's no way we can let this 1 in a million chance pass us by. So it's kind of interesting that I couldn't pick myself or Amane, yet they technically appeared as dialogue options. Huh? It's still dark outside my window. My alarm isn't ringing either. Even so, I woke up anyway. I remember this feeling. This often happened to me the day before a competition. Outside, it's still dark and the eastern sky still hasn't begun to get brighter. It's Ageha's turn, so she should be awake now. If she's not awake, I'll give her an ear bashing. Oh, there she is. Oh, no, did I scare you? Sorry. I say as Ageha looks at me. Then she opens her eyes even wider. Whoa! Also, we're doing the obligatory thing. Man, like, you have to wonder, or like, stop and think about how amusing it must have been to actually voice act all these screams. I'm surprised too by her reaction. Why? Because I'm awake. Well, I felt kinda nervous and I opened my eyes. This happened a lot before competitions. I try to stay calm, but I'm always quite... Excuse me. This happened a lot before competitions. I try to stay calm, but I'm always quietly nervous. What's wrong? Were you humming a song or something? What are you talking about? What the hell is going on? I've only just gotten up and my brain isn't really working yet, so I can't find the energy to pursue it. So, how's the sky? Yeah, seems like it. I knew as soon as I came outside. It's dawn, so the air temperature is cool, but it's not as cold as the temperature in the records. There's hardly any wind either. One side of the sky, well, actually the whole thing is filled with stars. It sure is. To say that the sky is pretty means that it doesn't look like the phenomenon we are hoping for will occur. Looks like it's no good. Yeah, sorry. It's taboo to talk about losing before a competition. She shouldn't have to tell me that. Even so. Because of the time, the position of the twinkling stars is quite different. The so-called summer constellations are disappearing to the west, and the ones in the sky now are the fall constellations, like the square of Pegasus, the square of Pegasus, or the W shape of Cassiopeia. Maybe, on the eastern horizon, the winter constellation of Orion would just be peeking out. It's strange to think that these stars would be coming out while we're sleeping. Ageha's eyes sparkle as she looks up at the stars. Perhaps I'm making the same face as her. You. Ah, hello, Kane. Yo. Welcome to the stream. We're having another moment with Ageha. What is? I see what you mean.
魔女の館でグライダー飛ばすために明け方の星を見るんだぞなんて言ったらどうだったかな。
Our past selves wouldn't believe it.
でしょ。
Back then, we were scared of this place. We would play at the secret base, and when we got tired from playing, we'd go to the old shopping street, eat ramen at Taiyoken, go home, and collapse in a heap. We can't go back to those nostalgic days. Yeah, I mean, I moved away, came back 5 years later, got a job at the witch's mansion, flew a glider at dawn. Oh, nice, Kane. I'll make it there eventually. Maybe someday. Maybe some year. When I say it like that, it seems so untrue.
葵には感謝してるよ。
Me?
うん。葵が戻ってきてくれて、ここの寮母になって。だから、天音先輩と知り合いになれて、グライダーなんてものにも関われた。
Cross and everything.
そうでなかったら、普通にロボット部で大会目指してただろうからね。
Did I do something bad?
んなわけないっしょ。自分のこととして目いっぱい楽しんでるよ。だからありがとね、葵。
Oh, wait, Kane, you're here. Hold on. Let's see if it's still there in the log. Just one more time, if it's still here. Just for you. Please let it. Yes, it's here! Alright, we out. That was just one more time. Alright. Agaha made a nice face as she smiled. Even at this hour, I could see it so brightly. Then, Agaha looked back up at the starry sky. I looked at her chin and neck. It's so different to before. Now, she has such rounded feminine features to her profile. But there are still traces of the past, and I'm about to tell her about how I feel. No. I panicked, then raised my head. I looked to the starry sky above. Holy cow. Oh, looking at her chin and neck. Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? You mean the glider? You're right. I looked towards the eastern sky. Apparently, at this time, it is possible to see the satellites which are hit by the sunlight before the Earth with the naked eye. That's where the parts that Anchan would be flying through space. It really is pretty damn cool. We want to fly too, to a sky that no one's ever seen. That would be good. We stand next to each other and look at the eastern sky. It seems like it's gone ever so slightly purple. As always, there are no clouds and it doesn't look like the morning glory will occur. Even so, we're creating other kinds of memories as we continue to look at the dawn sky. Hey, it's Hat.
どうしたの？あんたもお腹空いた？餌じゃないのか。じゃあ水浴び？そうかそうか。今日は涼しいね。これなら下着じゃなくても平気だわ。はいはい、水浴びね。いくよー。気持ちよさそうでいいね。私も後でシャワー浴びよっと。ねえ、ハット先輩。なんだろうあれ。ほら、なんか空が
Oh, is it time?
うっすら紫色してない？
The direction is...
東よ。ってことは
It is time. The eastern sky was bluish purple. We were tidying up after finishing flight training for the day, but we stopped working to gaze at the eastern sky.
予兆なのかな？
This was a moment we'd been waiting for. I've been waiting for this! But we were careful not to get our hopes up yet. We don't know, but until now it hasn't been that color.
さあどうだろう。注意して見てたことないもん。気温は25度。昨日より3度低いわ。湿度はやや高め。風も出てきてる。これはもしかするかも。
It's time. We all look towards Amane. Amane looks to the eastern sky. She was just standing there quietly. While looking at the signs that indicated that the phenomenon could occur, she seemed to be assessing the situation. Or maybe she was praying. It might occur tomorrow morning. There are 2 days left of the summer holidays. This was a time limit for Amane's activities with the soaring club.
先輩。分かってる。大丈夫だ。
I gave Kotori a prod and spoke quietly to her. The second in charge should take care of occasions like this.
そうだった。あはん。みんな聞いて。モーニンググローリーは明日の朝必ず現れる。そう信じましょう。だから今夜は当番関係なく全員夜明け前に起きてフライトの準備をするわよ。ああ。
And I need to get that. Give me a sec, everyone. Alright. Phone calls. Keep that beside me. It's 4 a.m. Don't make too much noise. Kaneko is still sleeping.
了解。了解。ああ。
Kotori!
ごめん。
We got up at the usual time for people whose turn it is to watch the dawn sky and carried our things outside the dormitory. There is still 1 hour before the morning sun rises. We have to complete our lunch preparations before then.
随分と冷えるわね。薄着だとちょっと肌寒いくらいね。
Amane, will you be alright in those clothes?
うん。大丈夫だ。ビシッとしてよね、あまねちゃん。これから雲の上まで飛ぶんだから。
Kotori, you're speaking really loudly. Ageha, how's the sky?
よくわかんない。
The sky was covered in darkness and it wasn't possible to see with the naked eye whether or not there were any clouds. Anyway, let's hurry. If we hang about for too long, we won't make it in time for dawn. We reached the runway and immediately began work on the assembly. Right aileron.
オッケー。
Left aileron.
問題なし。
Next is the elevator. While this is going on, I eat a rice ball that I had made the night before. I have to do something about my empty stomach.
あまねちゃん、さっきからどうしちゃったの？すまない。別に何でもないんだ。大丈夫よ。きっとうまくいくから。はい、おにぎり食べて元気出して。ありがとう。葵、いけそう？
I don't know. In the training, I've finally figured out how to catch the thermals. The highest we've flown in training has been 600 meters. We won't be able to reach the morning glory at altitudes like that. Suddenly, a strong wind blows. Got it. When the glider is on the ground, lift will be created if wind hits the main wings. With winds this strong, if we're careless, the aircraft might start floating upwards. That's why we make use of the equipment used to reduce lift during landing. If the lift is at a low level, it will be okay, even if the wind hits it. It is said in the book that when this occurred in Burketown, Australia, raging winds were blowing beneath the clouds. We'll need to use a crosswind launch. Of course, when strong winds blow from the side, the glider will be blown with them, so we need to use a special technique for takeoff. We haven't practiced it much, but we should be okay. The eastern sky became dimly bright. Also, the conditions of the sky became clear. Dawn hadn't broken yet, and the sky was still gloomy, but we could see the outline of the clouds. These clouds could be called morning glory and were fine and delicate, and looked like they could disappear any minute. Alright, here we go, guys. Everyone quickly got into position. Amane and I got into our seats in the cockpit. Okay, I'll use full rudder from the start. I push down on the rudder pedal even though we're not moving yet. If we are hit with a crosswind during takeoff, the glider's nose will face into the wind. This is called the weather vane effect. By turning the rudder in the opposite direction, we could reduce the weather vane effect. However, because the rudder has almost no effect until we pick up speed, we need to push the rudder pedal before launch and gradually release it as we accelerate. Oh, this is the first time we've taken off in such strong winds. This kind of feels like a rehearsal, but we have to do it. Ageha came to let us know that there were no obstructions on the runway. Then, moving round to the side of the glider, she lifts up the left wing, a little higher than usual. The wind is blowing from the front right direction. If the winds are horizontal during takeoff, the wind from the side will go under the right wing, messing up the balance. That's why we need to launch with the right wing a little lower to stop the crosswind from going under it. To maintain the bank angle at which Ageha is tilting it, I move the yoke to the right to operate the right aileron. Launch preparations complete. Here we go, Amane! And anyone who's still in chat? Amane replied nervously. I give the thumbs up to signal Ageha outside. The moment Ageha gave the signal, the wind started moving as if it couldn't wait. The glider steadily accelerates. I pulled back on the yoke. Leaving behind Ageha, who was holding up the wing and running with us, the glider floated into the air. Here we go! To morning glory! Ugh! The glider wobbled like crazy when the crosswind hits it. We're okay. We've leveled out. As we accelerate, the ailerons start working, and we are able to maintain the bank according to the crosswind. Tilting the rudder in the direction of the incoming wind, the glider steadily rises into the sky. Ugh. Our airspeed is really fast. We're climbing much more quickly than usual. Even if it looks like we're flying at the same speed, if the headwind is strong, the speed of the wind hitting the glider in other words, the airspeed is different. When the airspeed is high, lift increases, which causes the aircraft to rise. Today, the wind is strong. The power of the winch pulling us fights against the power of the main wings lifting us up, causing the glider to shake. Releasing! Just before passing over Kotori's head, who is operating the winch, I released the tow rope. Whoosh. Freed from the force that was holding us down, the glider was suddenly thrown up into the air. I immediately turned around to check that the tow rope has been released. Okay, I checked the altitude on the altimeter. We are currently 300 meters above the ground. Then I looked up to the sky above. Outside the dome-shaped canopy, all I could see was sky. A sky changing from night to morning. Indigo, orange, and pale yellow, the morning sun paints a complex gradient as far as the eye can see. And there, in the middle, is a straight line of clouds stretched out. Sugoi. Amazing. I felt like I was being sucked into it as I stared at this spectacle. Whoa! Clutching the yoke, I somehow managed to maintain our position. The airflow is getting really rough. It's taking everything I've got just to keep our position. On days where the airflow is stable, I only need to hold on to the yoke lightly. However, in these rough skies, the glider is shaking all the time and we don't know when it will be hit with sudden winds. I need all my concentration as the glider takes the wind. I'm fine. More importantly, can you search for some thermals, Amane? Amane looks through outside the canopy to search for places where thermals may occur. Clouds are the markers used for finding thermals. Clouds are formed when the warm upward drafts are cooled in the sky. Therefore, thermals are usually below them. As I watch the variometer, I fly based on guesswork. Variometer. The variometer is one of the instruments in the glider and tells us whether it is rising or descending based on atmospheric pressure. If there is a sudden change in the variometer, it's possible that we've entered a thermal without realizing. There's no reaction, huh? The reaction from the variometer was low, and the glider was gradually descending. Amane called from the front seat. Where? Roger! I pull the yoke to the right and push the rudder pedals and the glider turns. Ugh. The rudder feels heavy. When the ailerons or the rudder take strong winds, they become heavier, but that means their effect is stronger. Is that it? In my field of vision, I can see the small cloud Amane had found. It was a small, fine, elongated cloud. Please, let this work. I feel like I'm praying as I fly under the cloud. We continue for a while and we don't seem to be hitting any thermals. After all, we can't see them, so we don't really know if they are there or not. Where is it? I go to turn so that we can head towards another area, then... Whoosh. Whoa! Suddenly, the left wing lifts up, tilting the aircraft. Yes, I know! This wasn't the feeling of being shaken by a crosswind. A rising thermal grazed the wings. I quickly turned the rudder to the left. The variometer reacts. The glider was rising. We've entered a thermal! As we confirmed that, I continue to turn the glider. Thermals extend upwards through the atmosphere like a pillar. In most cases, the strongest lift is in the center, known as a core. Normally it gradually gets weaker the further you go towards the outside. That's why if you want to climb higher, you have to get as close to the core of the thermals as possible. I turned the glider to search for the core. The variometer tells us that we are rising. We are getting closer and closer to the core, said Amane as she looked at the instruments. I try to keep the glider circling in the same area in an attempt to rise in the core of the thermal. Alright, we're climbing. Through the seat, I felt that the glider was rising. It's jokingly called the ass meter, but you can feel all sorts of G-forces through the seat, and is one of the sensations that are important for piloting a glider. That's because the thing that informs you of the glider's reactions the quickest is not the instruments, it's the seat that is in direct contact with your body. While getting a positive response and not wanting to lose it, I paid close attention while operating the controls. We won't be able to rise any higher here. The G-forces that felt so strong at first were now getting weaker. We'd risen to a certain extent, but we were now just maintaining the current altitude. If we stay here like this, the thermal might grow and we might be able to gain stronger lift. Well, if we think about the time, it's quite likely that will happen. This is because thermals get bigger as the sunlight hits the earth, which heats quicker than the air, and with this level of heat, the air close to the ground warms up, causing thermals to occur. Since last night was so cool, when the morning sun hits the earth, more and more strong thermals will start rising. But we don't have time for that. If we wait a little longer for the sun to come up completely, the morning glory will disappear. We're getting out of this thermal. As we look up to the morning glory in the distance, we flew out of the thermal. Thermals are often thought to extend straight up like a pillar through the air, but actually they don't go straight up. In the same way that smoke is blown by the wind, thermals twist when hit by wind from the side. While we were climbing in the thermal that was leaning to one side because of the wind, we've moved further away from the morning glory. The morning glory doesn't just stay in one place. It is rotating as it rolls, moving across the lake. If it gets too far away, then we'll have no means of catching up with it other than falling to increase our propulsion, which makes things difficult. Increasing speed. I push the yoke forward, pointing the nose downwards. While sliding down on the air, the glider accelerates. Whenever the nose is pointed downwards, the ground always comes into view. Amane, who is scared of heights, stifles her screams. Amane, we'll be okay. This glider will not fall. I'll make sure of that. We've caught up with it. To get back the altitude that we'd lost, we search for the next thermal. In theory, they could occur more easily above ground that looks like soil or wide areas of asphalt like parking lots. Amani pointed towards a runway from which we had taken off. It was a wide area of soil. In the sunlight, it certainly met the conditions needed for thermals to be made easily. Alright. Don't panic. We're just searching for thermals. That's right. Alright, let's go, Kotori. We did get some lift above the runway after all, but it was weak. It wasn't enough to raise the heavy double-seater glider. It must be because the ground hasn't warmed up enough to create strong thermals. Damn it, aren't there any around here? In the meantime, the glider is gradually descending. Whoa! Then the wind came. Perhaps because of the influence of the morning glory, the airflow is being disturbed. The glider wobbles as it is hit by the strong winds, temporarily reducing the lift and causing a drop in altitude. I start to feel impatient. Should we have stayed over there after all? The cloud from before was moving even further away from the direction we want to head in. Even if we can raise to the altitude we need, we would be too late. How much time has passed since we took off? Meanwhile, the sky has become brighter and has changed from the morning glow to light blue. Amane mumbled to herself, while looking up at the passage of clouds stretching across the sky. No, that's not true. It's right in front of us. We'll do something about it. Kotori and Ageha were also looking for clouds from the ground. We haven't reached the time limit yet.
ちの空にもそれらしい雲なんてないのに。超頑張って。
You were right, Kotori! In response to Kotori's transmission, we headed across the lake towards Windmill Hill. There should be some thermals over there, but there aren't any clouds that seem to indicate thermals. Do you mean that thermals occur more easily above slopes? It's true, the sloping surface of the hill that we are heading towards is shining from being in the direct light of the morning sun. How is it, Kotori? We can't confirm that from where we are right now, but it seems that a kite is flying above the hill. Kites are birds that glide to high altitudes using upward drafts. In other words, there is a thermal over there. However, that doesn't necessarily mean there is enough lift to raise a heavy double-seater glider. But there's nothing else left for us to try. I don't think of anything other than aiming for that point. Eventually, the glider crossed the lake and approached the air above Windmill Hill. Whoosh! Whoa! Suddenly we were shaken vertically. The variometer told us that the glider had dropped sharply. We've been caught in a downward draft? I panicked, and the next moment, we felt a huge impact. Suddenly, it felt like we were being pushed from below and the glider steadily floated upwards. Then, a little later, the variometer informs us that we are rising. We had ridden a thermal. Oh, we're jamming to this one more time. Alright, so for this part, just to get more of a feel, I'll make the BGM a bit louder, and I actually won't be reading anything for the rest of this, or for however long this lasts.
し遠いな。見てる。私に見せたがっていた景色、私を連れて行こうとしていた場所。ああ、そうだった。取ったぞ。ああ、
Alright, we back. No. I just wanted to honor that one part because it's like they had like the nice background music going. Alright, all of a sudden, it happened. As our view swung round, the divine road of cloud that should have been there in front of us in the space of a moment was getting further away. We suddenly lost lift, and then a few moments later, we realized that the glider was rapidly descending. I quickly pulled at the yoke, but there was no response. The field of vision spanned round, and we couldn't even figure out if we were facing up or down. What is this? What's going on? Is it a stall? However, there were no signs that was going to happen. It was just like Yes, it was just like there was no air and we had lost all of our lift. We're falling!
どうしたの？なんかあった？落ちてる？嘘！ちょっと双眼鏡貸して。やばい。どうしちゃったの？葵くん、葵くん、応答して。葵くん。葵くん、葵くん、応答して。葵くん。
I can't deal with that right now. The surface of the lake appeared from the other side of the canopy. We were falling with the nose pointing straight down. I'll level it out! In the heat of the moment, I didn't know which controls I used. Anyway, I tried to lift the nose up and stabilize the wings. Whoa! A shock ran through me that felt like the fuselage might be crushed. To us, the pilots, the vibrations passed through our bodies, and for a moment I thought that we had crashed. Looks like it. The nose and the wings leveled out, and the glider had gained lift and was floating. We were 200 meters from the surface of the water. In a moment, we had fallen almost 800 meters. It was a few seconds later. If it was a few seconds later, it would have been too late. My whole body trembled with fear and relief. Are you alright, Amane? Her shoulders were shaking, but her reply was okay. What the hell happened just now? There were no signs that the airflow had become separated from the main wings, in other words, a stall. It is often said that it can occur without warning, but for it to occur somewhere that had such stable airflow? You mean just now? If that were true, it was pretty strong. Do things like this really happen? Downbursts are powerful downward drafts. If a downburst, a giant mass of air, falls to Earth, it is powerful enough to cause severe damage. If we were swallowed by something like that, we wouldn't stand a chance. The place where we were was in the vicinity of the center of the lake, like Amane was saying. We were so distracted by the morning glory that we lost sight of our own position. Because of the lake, the air cools, and it's possible that a strong downward draft would be created. If the air itself falls down, a glider, which floats using the power of the air, would have no choice but to be taken down with it. That might be why we lost lift and fell, suddenly and without any warning signs. We heard Kotori's tearful voice over the radio. We're okay. Somehow we managed to level it out. We don't know. Amane said that might have been caught. We don't know. Amane said that we might have been caught in a strong downward draft. A little more and we would be upside down in the lake. Sorry, but we're alright now. Yes, sorry for it. Could have been a malfunction of the Arcana.
なんとか落ちる前に立て直したようね。危なかったわ。もう少し遅れたら死んでたかも。やっぱり人が空を飛ぶのって危ないことだよね。そうね。翼を持たない人間が空に憧れるのは勇気がいるし危険なこと。姉さん？
Right, Imani, just both girls and our twins. The morning glory! I quickly looked above. The place where we were just now is much further away. It's dazzling to think that we were so high up. Let's go up one more time! Really? We won't know unless we try. As I shouted, I looked to the sky. At some point, the dawn sky had disappeared and the sky was now filled with a clear blue color. Exposed to the sunlight, the passage of cloud was nothing like it was at the beginning, and was thinning out and gradually disappearing. I turned the glider towards Windmill Hill. If we have the powerful thermal from before, we might be able to make it. I will take Amane there! But... Amane. Amane looked through the canopy at the clouds above. You actually really want your life to be happy. Rude girl, eh? Best girl in this game so far. I own that up. Amane's whisper, along with the passage of cloud, faded away into the sky. The last day of the summer holiday. Amane. That's my line. You weren't in the dormitory, so I thought you might be here. I woke up early, but I didn't see Amane anywhere, and all her things in her room were carefully packed away. Today is the last day of the summer holiday. In other words, the day that Amane leaves the school. We still have one more day though. Everyone was planning to get up before dawn again and go to the runway. We didn't think that a miraculous phenomenon would occur 2 days in a row, but even so, we wanted to believe there was a slight chance. However, I knew that we wouldn't be able to do it again so soon. At that time, we were caught in the downdraft, then forcibly pulled up. Pulling up the aircraft meant it sustained huge G-forces, damaging parts of the glider. It's possible to fix it, but at the very least, there was no hope that we'd be able to fly today. That back, though. 50% of my attention. Oh, welcome back, Kane. I'm sure you've been here, but welcome back to being active in chat, I guess. Amane's objective was to fly to the morning glory. Now that that goal had been achieved, there was nothing left to do. You haven't seen any of the others, have you? Why not? Maybe. I mean, Amane's leaving, so... Amane speaks with a really troubled look on her face, and continued to pack all of the things she had organized into a large travel bag. She's been living here for a long time, so she has a lot of personal items. I'll help you carry it. Yeah, at least one more person needs to join the club. For it to not be, what's it called? Repealed. Amane speaks while gazing at her desk, which is still cluttered. As she looks it over, her gaze stops at the photo frame. Are you leaving this behind too? She smiles as if to say, even if I took it with me, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Seeing her sad smile made all the feelings of regret that I bottled up come pouring out. I'm gonna continue it. I'll improve, and I will definitely fly to the morning glory in the glider that you and the others have made. Amani nods and, after thinking a moment, puts down her bag and stands in front of me. She takes my hand and holds it gently. In the garage, which doesn't have air conditioning, it's as hot as a sauna. My hands are covered in sweat, but hers are as smooth and soft as freshly washed sheets. Then Amani, with eyes like a little kid's, but a little more grown up than yesterday, looks me in the eyes. As Amani speaks, she has a small yet fulfilled smile. How about Isuka's feelings? I wanted to ask her if she understood the reason why Isuka had become so obsessed with gliders. Amane shuts her eyes and hugs me gently. To tell the truth, I thought I was gonna cry. What about these designs? The designs had been left on the drawing board. I couldn't do that. She staggers slightly under the weight. I'll walk you to the bus stop. She gives a smile, as crisp and sunny as the summer sky, to the garage, then leaves it behind. The garage where she spent so many years shut away inside. Oh, that's her. I thought that was me. That was her. Whoops. Alright. The next day, the first day of the new school term. What are we gonna do now that we don't have enough members? We can't ask Anshan to help every time we want to do a flight, so what should we do about transporting the glider? What should I do about getting my pilot's license? While feeling downhearted and a sense of loss now that Amani had left, we discussed our plans for club on the way to school in the morning. When it comes to continuing the activities of the soaring club, Kotori, Ageha, and I are all of the same opinion. Next time, we'll definitely fly there, to the Passage of Clouds, our dream that we were so close to but had not yet achieved. However, it was there, right at my fingertips. With that sense of reality, the dream was no longer just a dream. Now we all had a clear goal in mind. All three of us had clearly envisioned this in our minds. That's why we don't have time to feel down. The thing that awaited us was an unbelievable spectacle. No entry was written on the signboard, and on the other side, heavy machinery had made a hole in the wall of the garage and had smashed in the roof. How do you root Amane? I should leave so early then. The thing is, I feel like you would actually need to get a different ending to be able to get Amane's, because the thing with Amane is that even the options, like, I don't think you were around the streams when these happened, but there were options where Amane was there, but I actually could not click it. Like, even if I wanted to, the option was grayed out, and I could not do it. So it looks like they either destroyed the garage or something happened here.
嘘なんでよ
Kotori and Ageha are lost for words before this horrific spectacle. I stood there, stunned, and desperately tried to think of what could have happened. But there's no way I could comprehend it. The place that until yesterday, where we would gather and spend time together every day, had suddenly been destroyed.
私たちのガレージが
My knees were shaking. I felt like all the strength had left my body, and then intense rage burned inside me. Damn, they all faceless. What the hell is this all about? As I approach the person who seems to be the foreman, he just looks back at me with a troubled look on his face. Of course. These people have been asked to do this. They're just here to do demolition work. But I had no other outlet for my emotions. Why are you doing this? And of course, Mr. Tobioka was behind this.
トピオカ
Mr. Tobioka just glared at me like I was being unreasonable towards the workers. Meaning, if I have any complaints, then I should talk to him about it. Oh, I'll talk to him about it, alright. Oh, hey look, I have a face. Let's go. What is this all about?
さっき言った通りだ。夏休みが終わればソワリング部は廃部。ここは取り壊される予定だった。
No reason? Yeah. Nah, the best route is the glider route. Soul told me about that one.
まだ私たちがいるのに
部活動と認められるには人数が足りんだろう。今まで多めに見てやってたんだ。もう容赦なさ。
そんなの横暴です私たちには部活動をする自由が認められてるはずです
Let's build from the ground up.
活動したければ勝手にやる。同好会としてな。
Tobioka, you son of a...
葵
Without thinking, I was about to go nuts, but Ageha stopped me at the last moment.
葵ダメだよ
She shakes her head in frustration.
工事の邪魔はするなよ。もっとも、もう手遅れだろうな。
With those parting words, Mr. Tobioka turns to leave. We stare dumbfounded at the demolition works. Like he said, we were already too late.
やりたいことが見つかったのにこんなのないよあんまりよ
Ageha hardly says anything as she quietly watches the demolition. As for me,
ちょっと葵くん
I climbed over the no-entry fence and walked into the garage.
ちょっと君、何してるの？危ないよ。
The foreman from before hurriedly rushes over. Sorry, this won't take long, I say as I push past him. Then I step inside the half-destroyed garage. Panicking, the foreman stops the machinery.
葵
The inside of the garage was also badly crushed, smashed to smithereens along with all our memories. Emotionless, I rummage through it and pick out the things I was looking for. Sorry about that. It's okay now. I lower my head in a bow of apology to the workers and step outside the no-entry boards. Let's go.
葵くんそれは
These are the designs that Amane drew. She said that she had completed them yesterday.
あまねちゃんの設計図
Then, there was a photo frame from Amane's desk. Inside it was a photo that had stirred us all into action. It's not over yet. I smiled at them, with empty bravado, with a smile as bright as the midsummer sun. I can't let it end like this. We will definitely fly, in our glider. Kotori, looking like she was going to cry, smiled at me. Ageha, who had a defeated expression on her face, smiled once again. You see? It's not over. Let's start from the ground up. I guess rip the chance of twins joining the club? No, we're starting over. A giant thunderhead was floating in the clear blue sky. It is said that such clouds often go beyond the stratosphere, which means that the upward drafts go all the way up there. Our dream isn't over yet. This is a beginning. But was that an ending? Kono Ozara ni Tsubasa wo hirogete. Go date the teacher. No, I'm dating the glider. Choco Mocha. Never Give Up and Movie 2. Let's go.
やっぱりここだったわね。ヨルちゃん、そろそろ帰らないと夕飯に遅れるわよ。でももうちょっとだけ待ってても無駄よ。もう現れないわ。え、どうしてわかるの？あれから一度も飛んでないじゃない。滑走路を見に行ってみたけど雑草が生い茂ってて使われてる形跡はなかったわ。でも今日学校で聞いたんだけど、あの人たちうちの学校のスワリング部だったんだって。え、あのグライダーで飛んでた人たちが？そうよ、うちの学校の部活動だったってわけ。東大元暮らしとはこのことね。ってことは私も頼めば入れてもらえるかもしれないんだ。残念でした。スワリング部はとっくに廃部になってたわ。伝説の先輩とやらも引退してそのままね。そうなんだ。 飛ばないのはそのせいよ。だからもうここで待ってても意味ないの。さあ帰りましょう。私お腹が空いちゃった。そっか、もう飛ばないんだ。
A sky so blue it almost hurts the eyes, and a towering thunderhead. The cicadas singing their hearts out, the lush vegetation growing, bathed in the sunlight. Summer has come again! It's so hot! I complained while hanging the sheets over the clothesline. In this heat, they should be dry by lunchtime. As I speak, I gaze at the distant thunderhead. It is said that thunderheads, in other words, giant cumulonimbus clouds, can extend upwards out of the stratosphere. The world record for highest flight in a glider also went beyond the stratosphere. Summer, how long has it been? If this is from then it might have been a whole year. They both seem hard to believe at first. As I take the sheets out of the wash basket, I hear a voice from behind. It's Ageha. I'll be with you in a moment. Can you wait inside? Wow, see, these people are rude. Yeah, like, especially after such a powerful thing happened, like Amane leaving, there wouldn't really be as much, especially because, given that the garage was destroyed, the twins caught us up on that. Basically, from what it seems like, we haven't really flown at all since. And the club was shut down. They're just now getting a new fridge. You'd think that fridges are kind of important to have. I mean, I guess if it's a new one. But, still. The food won't be spoiled anymore and the electric bill will be cheaper. And it won't be a problem for the owner either. I finished hanging up the laundry and then while joining everyone I explained. Yeah, well, I was the one who approached the owner about it, but it wasn't exactly a smooth process to get to this point. The owner herself was okay with it, but her sons want to get rid of this place as soon as possible, and that's why they were against the idea of getting a new fridge. Damn, so they want to get rid of this place too. I persistently pursued the negotiations and finally won out. I am great, thanks. Nah, not really. Nah, don't be modest. You gotta learn how to take praise sometimes. When she says old lady, she means the owner. Then the doorbell rang from the entrance. All the boarders were getting excited. The guy from the electrical store came straight in, and when he saw all the girls standing there, plus one boy, I like how it's just in parentheses, plus one boy. He said, "Whoa!" Please install it over here. Could you also take away the old one? The new fridge will be installed in the dining hall, and the old one will be taken away for recycling. I signed the receipt, then I'll leave the rest to you. I let Kaneko take care of it, and then I left the dormitory. Okay, sorry, grumbled Kotori. It's been a year since the Soaring Club lost its status. Then, summer had come around again. Yeah. Our revival of the club's activities hadn't been accepted, and we still had the status of a society. Under the supervision of Mr. Tomioka, it had become effectively impossible to carry out our club activities in the school grounds. Just now, Kotori had patronizingly referred to herself as club leader, but she was the second in charge before, so as a matter of course, she inherited the title. Anyway, we've been demoted to the status of society, so now she's just the leader. It looks like Kotori has really taken a liking to that title. It's weird, but doesn't leader sound a lot more high and mighty than club leader? That's kind of beside the point, but we don't have a clubhouse or a glider. But there are things that we can do. One of those is doing a part-time job. Even after the owner got better, I carried on doing the work of the dorm mother. My mom pays for the work, and that is used for my living expenses. Ageha and Kotori are working at Anchan's factory. They don't receive wages, they get paid in glider materials. Factories can get those materials more cheaply, and they chose good quality materials, which is a big help. We have a plan coming up that requires the use of large amounts of FRP and so on. Ah, welcome back, Kane. How much did you see? Like, what was the last thing you caught here? If you're still around. Then, another one of our activities is in the place that Ageha and I are going to now. It's at a runway 2 hours away by train. I go there often to attend glider flight training. A few days ago, I finally managed to get the pilot's license that I'd wanted for so long. It was pretty hard work, but with this, I could fly a glider by myself. Ageha's been coming with me when she has spare time to be in contact with the aircraft and help with the maintenance. Kotori comes too, but she always just comes to watch. She could go for a flight with a local pilot, but she stubbornly refused. It's okay, I'll fly with Aoi. It seems she still remembers a promise I made to her before. Of course, I secretly still remember it too. We had a goal. To complete an aircraft according to the designs that Amane had left behind. Then, to fly that glider through the passage of clouds. We don't know if it will come or not. It came last year, so it's more natural to think that it won't come again this year too. But that's why we need to make all the necessary preparations. I look up to see a sky so blue it almost hurts my eyes and a towering thunderhead. That sky looks so high that it goes on endlessly. The real summer was beginning. No text? Okay, no text. Thought there'd be something for me to read there. Wheelchair girl, though. Yeah, she's a new leader. And here's class. Alright, let's pop a save quickly. I'm all over the place. I'm at like 15 now. Let's go. XV. A strong wind blew against the classroom windows. It's lucky that it hasn't started raining again, but outside there are already signs that there will be a storm. According to the weather forecast, a typhoon will be passing through Kazugara at about 10 o'clock tonight.
超大型の台風だそうだ。すでに西の方じゃ暴風の被害が出ている。というわけで午後からは休校。寄り道せずにまっすぐ帰れよ。
Everyone responds to the teacher's warning with a lively yes or hi. Why is everyone so excited by this unplanned break from school?
外すごいよ。ほらほら、木の枝があんなにしなってる。
Oh yeah, you're right.
あんたね、子供じゃないんだから台風ぐらいではしゃぐんじゃないの。ほっといてよ。じいわき、肉踊るじゃない。
Kotori turned to me and said, "Right, Aoi?" Like she was seeking approval. Well, it is pretty exciting. Ageha, in the past, whenever a typhoon came, you would get scolded for wanting to go outside. You hold out your raincoat and jump around pretending to be a flying squirrel, remember?
それは子供の頃の話でしょ。へえ、アゲハってそんな子だったんだ。昔はよ。今はもう大人ですから。
I don't know about that.
何よ。
Yeah, whatever. Let's get out of here. I have to get back and fix that dilapidated old dormitory.
今度こそ飛ばされちゃうかもね。
Because of being hit by frequent typhoons, Bouncing Fish Manor had suffered a great deal of damage. Part of the roof was blown off, the walls were peeling, I still remember that I'm calling it that, the rotten shutters were broken, and it was on the verge of collapse.
私も手伝いに行くよ。いつもお世話になってるしね。
Sorry to trouble you, but that would be a big help. Now that we were in the 3rd grade, we were in the same class again. It's not clear if it's a coincidence or if someone was being considerate towards us. Things didn't feel so new to me anymore, and to be honest, I was really happy to be able to take lessons with them again. As we went into the hallway and waited for the elevator...
そこの皆さん。
Oh, it's you. A voice called out from behind. Oh, hello there, President. It was Akari Kumoi, the former vice president and now president of the student council. A few days ago, at the student council elections, she was appointed president of the student council. Can we help you?
ええ。少し聞きたいことがあるの。あなた方、ソアリング同好会の皆さん。
Hearing the president say it like that made us flinch on the inside.
何かしら？
Kotori moves forward as our representative. She is also a leader, but in this case, just the leader of a society. However, she doesn't lose to her in terms of having a resolute attitude.
ここじゃなんだから、生徒会室までご同行願えないかしら。
She glares in a mildly threatening way. Ah, crap. She'll definitely find out.
どうしよう。
We have a little secret that we don't want the student council president to find out about.
それは今じゃないといけないのかしら。外は台風だし、先生から寄り道せずに帰るよう言われたばかりなの。
Nice comeback, Kotori.
時間は取らせないわ。軽い質問にイエスかノーで答えてもらうだけでいいの。
Kotori can only groan at the president's "you know what this is about" attitude. At that moment, we were saved by the arrival of the elevator. I immediately pushed Kotori and her wheelchair through the open doors. Sorry, President, but we're in a hurry, so we'll see you next time.
こら、待ちなさい。
I feel like I've been completely lost in the story. I'm still in pre-decision mode. Yeah, so basically, to round off what's happened in this stream so far, we were searching for this thing to reach Morning Glory as it was revealed in the notebook that Isuka wrote that she wanted to take Amane to see Morning Glory. So on that morning, we flew, and before getting to exactly where we wanted to be, we caught like a very sharp downward draft, and we couldn't end up reaching it. The Morning Glory disappeared, and Amane pretty much left on that note. The Soaring Club garage was destroyed, and now it's been a year since then. So Amane's pretty much gone at this point, and as a result, the Soaring Club didn't have enough members, and we're we've now been downgraded from a club to just a society. But we do have plans in case the Morning Glory comes back. And that's basically what's going on. If we don't hurry back, our old dormitory will fall to pieces. That part actually wasn't a lie, and I became quite defiant, then pushed the close door button in the elevator. Yep, it's been a whole year. We actually got another opening sequence and everything. Akari's voice chased us through the gap in the closing doors. Kotori picked some grass and threw it, and it danced through the air as if it was blown by the wind. Or as it was blown by the wind. Not as if. It is being blown. Yeah. Hey you! Stop playing around and come help. I came back in a hurry and got all the boarders to help with the repairs. The strong winds had picked up momentum since we left the school, and howling sounds came from the old dormitory. Yeah. Agaha seemed worried as she asked. Perhaps that's what it looked like. Kotori spoke quietly as she rubbed the top of her head that had just been karate chopped. We had a secret. We'll be in big trouble if the uppity student council president finds out about it. Let's join the club and she's pissed. That would be hilarious. Kotori holds both hands up in the air in sheer excitement. She really is an odd one. I'm more worried that this old dormitory might get blown away. As I speak, I throw some of the repair materials down on Kotori's lap with a thud. Take these to Yuka and the others. Kotori doesn't put up any resistance and heads towards the other boarders. She's changed a lot too in the last year. When I first came here, she hardly spoke to the other boarders at all, but now she speaks to them normally. Back then, she was just obstinately making things worse. The way Kotori is now, I think is a real her. All of the other boarders are such nice people. As soon as Kotori started being herself, they accepted her. That's why these days, Bouncing Fish Manor is so peaceful. Well then, I'm all done here. Well, that was fast. I was about to head to the next place when my cell phone rang. I take it out, and on the display it said Mom. Hello? What's up? Oh, hang on. Yo, what's up? Don't worry, everyone's helping me work on the repairs. The members are called boarders. Well, no, that's for the Bouncing Fish Manor, the tenants there. They're called the boarders. If that's how you feel, why don't you bump up my wages? She always just leaves it at that. Discuss? What's that? I asked with the feeling that it was something bad, judging from her tone. What? Agaha, who is next to me, is surprised by me shouting in a loud voice. Wait, Mom, that's not a discussion, is it? The decision's already been made. What's going on? You can't just say that all of a sudden. No, Kia. There aren't any we could use right away, though. That's... Without realizing, I panic. Wait! She hung up at her end. If I call back, she'll probably choose not to answer it. Also, this one would have probably been better because of the Pinku Planet design. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hold on, let me see. Bam, Pinku Planet. Get in the camp. There you go. Pinku Planet. It's the best phone case. Alright, anyway. What's up? Ageha asked anxiously while looking up at my stunned face from below. A new boarder is coming tomorrow. She told me to use a double room on the second floor, but we have to move that thing by tomorrow. However, there's a storm outside. What are we gonna do? Alright, Shelby, Kane, place your bets. Who's this new boarder going to be? Go ahead and put what you guys think in chat. Large raindrops struck the window. Will it be Akari? Will it be one of the twins? Will it be Amane coming back? Who knows? The real storm will soon begin. You know what? It's about time for me to end my stream. I think I'll end it off it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. The real storm will begin soon. The new one is hat. Good one, Kane. They're finally treating him as an actual boarder instead of just a duck. There's a blue sheet in the storeroom. Spread that out across it. Girlby. Not Girlby. Just leave it. What? Are the shutters okay? Alright, close the shutters and secure them from the inside. Jeez. How did this building last so long? There are a lot of typhoons this year, and this is the third time that one has hit Kazugara so far. The first two caused extensive damage, and the third came just after we finished the repairs. This is how we came to do repair work so frantically, and I can kind of understand why the owner's sons wanted to get rid of this place. No, what am I thinking? I will protect the peace of Bouncing Fish Manor. While shouting about how I don't see how anyone can be excited about a typhoon, I went to repair the window in Kaneko's room. Yeah, she was. Look at that. Oh, it's Girl A. Damn, it's both of them. I mean, I guess we should have figured because they said it was a double room, but this is gonna be the major twist. No one's here. We've actually all been murdered by the typhoon. They're just going to see a bunch of corpses strewn about all around this place. They're going to run away terrified, and then that'll be the ending. Oh crap! This isn't just a small leak. Get a bucket for now. We'll have to keep watch over it all night. Oh, about time someone noticed them. Not yet. I will. Like, literally in about an hour. There should be a big bucket here. What is it? I'm kind of busy right now. I literally said in about an hour. Huh? Visitors? In the middle of a storm like this? Who could that be?
What are you going to eat?
Anything.
You want the embutido?
Yeah, we have girl A.
それにしてもボロっちいわね。夜が明けたら跡形もなくなってるんじゃないの？ごめんください。出てきてください。
I went to the entrance with Kaneko. And a girl was there. Actually, two girls. Or rather, twins? Their appearance is exactly the same. With tears in her eyes, but seemingly whispering something, one of the girls noticed me.
どうしよう。知らない人だ。当たり前でしょ、皆さん。
May I ask who you might be?
どうしよう、夜から。
Achievement unlocked. Approach. I don't know what that one is. They seemed surprised that a boy would be in a girl's dormitory, and the two girls who
Sit down.
Okay. And the two girls who seem really shy stand there sheepishly, unable to say anything. I need to turn out the lights in my kitchen. And we are back again. So the one that's not Yoru, I guess, is the one you don't like. Having said that, they do seem familiar. Huh? I remember seeing these faces before. Have I seen you somewhere?
何ですか？人の顔チロチロ見ないでくれます？
Oh, sorry. One in the sun, one in the rain.
そんなに珍しい顔してますか？
No, it's not that. I feel like we've met before. Ah, I remember. As I shout out in a loud voice, one of the girls, for now I'll call her Girl A, jumped in surprise. So now even I'm calling her Girl A. You're the curry girl!
あれ、少女。
Kare Shoujo. It was quite a long time ago, but she was a girl at the supermarket, buying high-grade marbled beef as an ingredient for curry.
何？知り合いなの？
No, it seems that I know her, but she doesn't know me. But why is the curry girl here? Speaking of which, they're twins. Was the girl at that time Girl A or Girl B?
ねえ、あなたたち飛び噂に何かご用？
Thinking that they might be scared of me, Kaneko steps forward and kindly asks them. Thanks for backing me up.
また知らない人だ。そりゃ寮だからたくさん人はいるわよ。誰かに会いに来たのかな？私たち今日からこちらに
Living here.
住むことになってます。
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Girl B jumped in to finish what Girl A was desperately trying to say. Hey, hold on a second. What did you just say?
ですからここに住むんだってさ。
Kaneko speaks like it's got nothing to do with us. What? Girl A was frightened again by my loud voice.
風と朝。
So this one is Asa. Morning. Kazato.
風と夜よ。
Ah, Yoru and Asa. That's morning and night. Yeah, Asa is morning, Yoru is night. So we have Yoru and Asa. That's nice. And then Asa here. Oop, not that. Oh god. How did I do that again? Yeah, Asa here wears red, which is a warm color. And then Yoru wears purple, which is like a night color. It seems that Asa, the timid one, is the older sister, and Yoru, the blunt one, is the younger sister.
朝と夜。面白いわね。
What was it? 朝と夜が交差する地点に I forgot how the song goes. It's Torinoko City. It's a nice song. Kotori seems really impressed.
車椅子の人だ。あの子、なんだかバカっぽいわね。風戸さんって、もしかして噂の天才姉妹じゃないの？
Genius twins? What are you talking about?
ほら、今年の春頃話題になったでしょ？すごい天才が入学してきたって。おまけに双子で美少女姉妹。それは。
Now that you mention it, there was a rumor about that. The guys in our class were making a big fuss about it. Not because they're geniuses, but because they're beautiful twin girls.
ほうほう、天才とな。それはどのくらい？
Are they more clever than the Ice Fairy? No, I'm kidding.
なんか
No one will get that.
入試はダントツのトップで、その後の授業でも天才ぶりを遺憾なく発揮し、一説ではあの望月天音を超える逸材とかなんとか。
Damn, let's go. Haha, Kotori sees now.
飛岡先生が早速ロボット部にスカウトしたらしいわよ。断られたようだけど。
Ha! Suck it, Mr. Tobioka.
この子たちが天音ちゃんよりも天才ですって？
Some idol anime? No, it's not. It's from Toho. I think Kane knows the Ice Fairy. That was Ty's favorite, by the way. Kotori seems to be looking at the two girls with a hint of nastiness in her eyes. Some strange thoughts must be going through her head again. This is also my dinner here. I should move that out of the frame. There you go. That's for after I end my stream in like another 40 minutes. More or less.
ねえ、そうなの？
You heard my name. Yeah, we were talking about the Ice Fairy and Kane. You know the Ice Fairy, don't you?
違います。それは私じゃなくてヨルちゃんだけです。
Asa, the older one, takes a step back as if she's pushing her sister forward. Everyone looks at Yoru with curiosity, but
どうでもいいでしょ、そんなこと。
she said, as though she found this whole thing rather troublesome.
ヨルちゃんはすごいんです。きっと本当に天才です。この子がね。
I mean, throwing this out there, this Yoru girl, she was the one, I don't know if either of you were there, but she was actually comprehending the exact situation that we were going through as we were trying to get to the Morning Glory. Like, she was actually commentating from below, oh, they need to find another thermal, they must have hit a downward draft, so she definitely seemed to know a lot of what's going on here, or at least for flying and gliders.
あまねちゃんはすごかったのよ。食いしん坊のくせにお腹空いてるの忘れちゃうくらい集中しちゃうんだから。それはただのおまぬけさんじゃ。なんですって。
Commentary. Alright, it doesn't matter, just be quiet. I try to calm down Kotori, who's getting more and more angry. If I just let her say what she wants, Amane will probably just sound like even more of a weirdo.
それより私たちにも自己紹介させて。そちらはないんですか？
Yes, you're right. We went off on a bit of a pointless tangent there. Everyone pulls themselves together and introduces themselves one by one. Asa listened enthusiastically, whereas with Yoru, it was like everything was going in one ear and out the other. Ageha's not a boarder, but she introduced herself too. She often comes here, so if those two are going to live here, it's best if they know who she is. Then, my turn finally comes around. I'm Aoi Minase, the dorm mother. Sorry if I scared you just now.
いえとんでもないです。
Aren't you guys in a storm? Yeah, I guess we are.
ここ女子寮じゃないんですか？
Yeah. Well, for various reasons, I'm doing the work of the dorm mother.
女子寮の寮母を男性に。それもこんな若い人もするなんて。
She appears to be looking at me with suspicion.
葵くんなら大丈夫だよ。女の子に興味ないから。
Hey. What?
そうよね。これだけ女子に囲まれて生活してるのに彼女ができたこともないし。
Don't throw me under the bus! Hold up, I'm still after someone!
花ちゃんは下着姿で歩いてると怒るくらいだもんね。きっと女嫌いなんじゃないかな。
Hold on a moment. Why are we talking about this?
じゃあ、あるの？
Of course! I am interested in girls!
葵、この子たち完全に引いちゃってるよ。
What? You got it all wrong! I am interested in girls in a perfectly normal, healthy way, so I wouldn't do anything strange or inappropriate.
やっぱり他の寮にした方がいいんじゃない姉さん。
If I was currently crying inside. Same though. I dig myself into more of a hole the more I speak. Then, as if sensing my predicament, a duck came walking into the dining hall.
アヒル？
At that moment, the twins turned their attention to Hat.
ちょうどいいところに来たわね、ハット。あんたも自己紹介しときなさい。わあわあ。夜ちゃん、この子ちゃんと自己紹介したよ。かわいい。コールダックね。この寮ってペット可なんですか？
Well, actually we're not, but
ハット先輩はペットじゃないの。この寮に住み着いてるだけだから、いわば同居人ってわけ。
the twins looked like they didn't really get it, but he's cute, so they just kind of accepted it. But why did you come today? I heard you were coming tomorrow.
それは。
And I also finally realized something, which was exactly what this OST reminded me of. Like, it's been at the back of my mind for a long time, but I've never, like, been able to actually get it. But now that I'm listening to it, it heavily reminds me of the AeonEsperKyo games, and that's probably why I adore it so much, because in terms of, like, just, like, artistically, AeonEsperKyo remains to be my top favorite. Like, the art, the soundtrack is actually among my top favorites. And this is reminding me of it. That's probably one of the reasons why I got hooked so pretty quickly. I also was acting nervously.
二人暮らしできると思ったら、いても立ってもいられなくて。不動産屋からは部屋は今すぐ使えるって聞いたわ。
Oh. Kotori, Ageha, and I had troubled look on our faces, and the other boarders looked kind of awkward. Right now, due to the typhoon, there are leaks and various other problems.
見た目だけじゃなく、中身もボロなのね。姉さん、やっぱり他の物件を探そうよ。
Hey, wait, come back!
でも、すぐ入れる部屋は他にないっておじいちゃん言ってたし。じゃあ家に帰りましょう。それは嫌。
Said Asa emphatically. She seems to be quite strong-willed. Hey, why has it suddenly been decided that you'd be coming to live in our dormitory? It's early July. If you're planning to move into a dormitory, now is not the best time.
姉さんが急に家を出たいって言い出して、それで部屋を探してもらったのよ。最初は学校にできた新しい寮に入るはずだったんですけど、部屋が空いてなくて。
Oh, that dormitory. Kotori, Ageha, and I all had slightly grim expressions on our faces. This year, Keifu Academy built a new student dormitory. It was built at the back of the school. In other words, on the site of the Soaring Club's garage. The truth is that the school had been planning to build a dormitory for a while, and the garage was in the way. That's the reason why a group of teachers, starting with Mr. Tobioka, wanted to have the soaring club status repealed. Asa-chan, give me Amari-senpai back. The existence of the new student dormitory had an influence on Bouncing Fish Manor too. Due to there being a delay with determining the land that would be used for the student dormitory, the significance of small places like Bouncing Fish Manor was recognized. However, since the new dormitory was built, the school seems to want to end its agreement with Bouncing Fish Manor. An external dormitory, which the school can't keep a close eye on, has plenty of things to be worried about, it would seem. However, the rent here is cheap. That's because the owner runs the place almost as a hobby. That's why, even though the new dormitory has been built, Yuka and the others decided to live here in the end. All things considered, not only the former members of the Soaring Club, but everyone here has mixed feelings about the new student dormitory.
それでおじいちゃんの昔の知り合いに相談してここを紹介してもらったのよ。
So, does that mean that my mother and your grandfather know each other? Maybe that's the reason why my mother suddenly told me they would be coming tomorrow.
何でもすごく頼りになる方だと言ってました。
Did he?
うちのおじいちゃん、慶風学園の理事だから。
I see. Huh, what?
ヨルちゃん、そういうことは。いいのよ、先に言っておいた方が後からバレるより。
You're a director's granddaughter?
正確に
Granddaughters?
理事長ね。
The boarders begin to murmur as they hear such a powerful sounding
と
title.
いうわけだから部屋を見せてもらえないかしら。
That's...
すぐに入居できるんでしょ。
There's a really bad leak. Also, we thought you'd be arriving tomorrow, so it hasn't been cleaned yet.
すみません、急に来ちゃって。いいわ、とりあえず見せてもらいましょう。状況を見て一度帰るかどうか考えるから。
No, that's why I said...
怪しい態度。何か隠してます？
This girl is smart.
姉さん。うん。
The twins ignore me as I start to panic and head towards the room. They must have heard the room number from my mother.
やばいよ、葵。なんとかして引き止めないと。あの態度の悪い方、ムカつくわね。相手は理事長の孫だよ。見つかったらやばいって。
You're right, but I can't think of any way to stop them. Anyway, I'll be back!
なんだかカビ臭くない？うん。ちょっとだけ。でもきっと雨が降ってるからだよ。
Asa-chan loves gliders. Duh.
そうかしら。古いせいだと思うけど、それに台風でギシギシ言ってる。壊れちゃうんじゃない？そうかも。やっぱりやめようよ、こんなところ。うちの方がご飯も美味しいし、おじいちゃんだって。
My food could be just as delicious.
この部屋だ。あれ？何これ？なんだろう、これ。これもしかして。
As I reached the second floor, the two of them were standing there, staring blankly at the glider inside. We're just looking after this.
雨漏りなんてしてないじゃない。
Huh? Oh, you're right. It looks like someone fixed it. I guess.
これを隠すために嘘をついていたのね。
Yes, that's right. I quickly owned up to it. It seems like there's no use lying to this girl.
でもどうしてこんなものがこんな場所にあるの？だってこれグライダーですよね。
So, you know what it is? I forgot the situation for a moment and accidentally answered their question. Also, I was rather happy as I did so. Gliders are a little known form of transportation and not many people have actually seen one. Not only that, this one is currently dismantled.
だって私これ
I'm not okay.
さあどうだろう。
Someone save me.
今更ながら良かったのかな。あんなことしちゃってしょうがないじゃない。ああでもしなきゃ博物館行きだったんだから。そしたらもう二度と取り返せなかったかもしれないのよ。あのグライダーは私たちがアマネちゃんから受け継いだものなのに。だよね。
だよね。
ねどうなの？
As Yoru seems to find my attitude even more unusual, she becomes more determined to find out the truth. Back then, when the soaring club was shut down, when the garage was forcefully taken away from us and demolished, the glider was no longer inside. It had been moved to another place. After that, under the school's instruction, it was kept in a storeroom. We wanted to get it back quickly, but since there was no way we could fly it, and we didn't have anywhere to put it, we kept quiet and let the school take care of it. Then, a few days ago, we had some surprising news from certain sources. The school was trying to have the glider donated to the city museum. This glider was made by the old members of the club, and an original aircraft like this is extremely rare in this country. Therefore, it has value as something to be collected by a museum. To the school, it was seen as a waste of storage space, and that they wanted to dispose of it. If it had gone to the museum, we would never have been able to have gotten it back. As an extreme measure, we decided to take it away in secret. And that's the reason why it's here now. Yes, that is correct. If I lied, I'd soon be found out. I admitted it honestly.
呆れた。こんなところに隠していたなんて。そのせいで私たちを寮に住まわせない気でいたの。
No, I heard you were coming tomorrow, and I was planning on moving it somewhere before then.
どうだか。
Unfortunately, we were still in the middle of a huge typhoon. The only other place where we might be able to store a great big glider like this would be the entranceway. However, given the circumstances, we wouldn't want to leave it anywhere so noticeable. Please, you must keep this a secret. I put both hands together like I'm praying.
私たちが理事長の孫だってさっき話したわよね。どうして私たちがあんたたちのために祖父を裏切るようなね。ここがいい。姉さん。
Asa seemed like she was full of determination as she made her statement.
私ここがいいの、ヨルちゃん。聞いてなかったの、姉さん。ここにあるこれは学校から盗み出されたもので。それでもね、ここがいいの。ごめんなさい。
Let's go, Asa. Asa begged her sister Yoru, who seemed to be both scolding her yet astonished at the same time.
あのね、姉さん。そもそもこんなのあったら寝る場所もないじゃない。大丈夫。こうやって。
Ah, look at her eyes, they're actually sparkling. That's crazy! Asa laid her petite body in the gap between the fuselage and the main wings that were leaning against the wall.
私は嫌よ。でも、今日はここに泊まっちゃわないと。
The whole building shook and rattled as it was battered by strong winds.
外は台風だよ。かといって、ここが安全ともあまり思えないけど。なんだか不衛生そうだし。
If it ends like this, our secret will be found out. That our glider is here. So, as of today, the two of you are our friends. Let's all get along together. Okay, let's have a round of applause, I say, as I forcibly encourage everyone to clap. Tomorrow and 1 week to my birthday. Yeah. And Kanye's as well. Everyone looked at my twitching smile with a dubious look on their faces and gave a round of applause.
葵くん、顔が引きつってる。こりゃバレたわね。よろしくお願いします。ま、適当によろしくね。態度悪。
態度悪い。
いいのゆかさん、あの子超態 態度悪いわよ。新人教育も兼ねてここはビシッと。
Kotori makes a real fuss about it, while everyone just replies with a,
私らもう慣れてるし。慣れてるの？なんで？
Well, I don't know, Kotori, what do you think? Everyone gives her a sideways look as if to say, well, we might have some experience. Maybe we might know a thing or two about dealing with boarders with a bad attitude. But let's not say anything more than that and move on.
ぶっちゃけ小鳥ちゃんはこの10倍くらい態度悪かったもんね。
Never mind, Kaneko's just gonna go right out and say it. Alright, good night, Shelby. Thanks for stopping by.
ちゃんと自己紹介してよろしくねっていうだけマシだよね。
Kotori looks to Ageha and me like she's looking for backup. Same here.
左に同じ。
Hidari Onachi. She's surrounded by opposing opinions on all sides. Now we just threw her under the bus.
何よ、みんなして。私こんなに態度悪くなかったもん。でも部屋はどうするの？だってあの部屋。
Yuka mumbles unintelligibly. We received implicit agreement from the boarders that we could hide the glider in the dormitory. They highly valued my achievement of getting the new fridge and understood our feelings as former members of the Soaring Club, so they turned a blind eye to the whole incident. That is why, supposedly, they have decided to pretend that they don't know that it's here. We'll search for another place to store it as quickly as possible. Until then, you two can use my room. Everyone made a face as if to say, is that okay? I don't have many things, so I can easily clear a space, so you can sleep anywhere you like.
じゃあ私の部屋に来ればいいよ。一緒に寝よう。
ちょっとカナ、何バカなこと言ってんの？そんなことさせられるわけないでしょ。
あら、どうして？
それはアゲハ、ほら言ってやって。そこで私に振るのかよ。
そりゃああれじゃないすか。葵がもし不祥事なんぞを起こしたら寮母をやめなくちゃいけなくなっちゃうんで。
そうそう、それよ。
Everyone says things like, yeah, or that would be a problem for us, which is why that proposal is rejected. I don't need to say things like proposal rejected. It's not like this is some business discussion. Asa spoke nervously.
私グライダーがある部屋でも別に構わないですよ。
But there's nowhere to lay a futon.
平気です。そのくらい覚悟の上ですから。
Everyone looks at her as if they're saying, what on earth is she talking about? Wait, that's right. Her eyes lit up when she was looking at the glider just now. Does she have some sort of emotional attachment to it? For example, she might be some sort of airplane nerd.
私は嫌よ。あんな狭苦しいところで寝たら窒息しちゃう。夜ちゃん。嫌だったら嫌。絶対に嫌。
Well, you can use my room. Is that okay? For some reason, she nodded reluctantly. So that's that, everyone. It's just for a little while, so I'll appreciate your cooperation. This is my room.
お邪魔します。へえ。夜ちゃん、夜ちゃん。男の人の部屋だよ。そうね。
The two of them nervously look around my room.
漫画がこんなにいっぱい。やっぱり男の人って漫画が好きなんですね。
You already know, said Asa, impressed, but all of them were brought here by Ageha, who had just left them here after reading them, so they're not mine. Oh, rip! But see, that's why Ageha's my girl. That is exactly why Ageha's my girl. She leaves her manga here so that I can read them and enjoy them. And she also likes manga in general, so that's never a bad thing.
お菓子の食べかすが落ちてる。
They're not mine either. It's because Ageha and Kotori have been eating in here. Since the garage was demolished, my room has become our meeting place. That's why there are so many things here that I have no recollection of. Sorry, I'll tidy that up soon. I clear away the trash and put all the unneeded objects out in the hallway. While I'm doing that, they just idly stand there waiting. Those two. They've been treating my room like a place to leave all their stuff. After coming and going several times, I see Asa holding the photo frame that was on the desk. I peek over the heads of the two sisters who have their faces close together. It's pretty easy to do that because even for girls, they're pretty short. Oh, that photo. It was a glider at the runway, overgrown with weeds. The blue sky stretching out in all directions. The shining white clouds bathed in the sunlight. Then, there is our group. Yeah, that is nice. It was taken on the day that I had come back from the last test flight with Amane. It was a commemorative photo. This is a glider you saw just now. That's what it looks like when it's all put together. Both of them, especially Asa, look enthusiastically at the photograph. Around the end of last year's summer holiday, we flew the glider at dawn. Strange clouds called morning glory appear, and that's what we were aiming for. How do you know? How do you know? She points to the faces in the photo one by one. The last person in the photo, she points to the one in the picture with a carefree smile, like a little kid. That's Amane Mochizuki, also known as the super repeat student. She's already graduated though. Yeah, that's her. The genius who's so smart, she forgets that she's hungry. I had to laugh at how strange that is. Legendary. Well, maybe that's true. Maybe the students of Keifu Academy will continue to tell the story of Amane Mochizuki, the strange senior, for a long time to come. Just like an urban legend. I narrow my eyes as I smile from the feelings of nostalgia as I look at the photo. The two of them look at me curiously from below. Something happened and the club lost its status, but originally we were the members of the Soaring Club. This photo is the last memorial picture of our club's activities. Well, we're still kind of continuing them. Now we've gone completely underground. We're not recognized by the school, and we carry out our activities in secret so we don't get found out. Asa, are you interested in gliders? She goes bright red as she looks down. I see. We're planning to fly again soon, so you can come and watch if you like. Oh look, her eyes are sparkling again. I need to get as many screenshots of her eyes sparkling as possible. Asa's big round eyes sparkled and she nodded happily. And that's the situation we found ourselves in. When the sun went down, the mother of all storms blew outside, so we couldn't go out there and do any repairs. All we could do now was pray that the old dormitory could withstand it and wait for the typhoon to pass. Hey, that girl Asa seems to be interested in gliders. I was telling Ageha, who was helping to make dinner, about the twins. Because it looks like she won't be able to go home tonight, it seems that Ageha will be staying in Kotori's room. I asked her if she'd like to come and see us fly next time. Her eyes sparkled as she said, "Okay." That's great, isn't it?
カーはいいもんね。
No, I don't mean like that.
そういうのロリコンって言うんでしょ。
Kotori, who had been quietly chopping the vegetables, joined the conversation. You idiot! What the hell do you mean? They're only 2 years younger than me. That's not lolicon. Is it?
葵くん、ああいう子がいいんだ。葵って面倒見がいいから手がかかる子に弱いんだよね。
She says as she looks at Kotori from the side. Kotori doesn't notice her looking as she mumbles things like, "That's so cute, isn't it?" while chopping up the cabbage. We couldn't go shopping that night, so we were making okonomiyaki, fried omelet type thing, from the food we had left over. Anyway, can you guys take back all the manga and other things that you left in my room? If you don't, I'm gonna throw them out.
あれは貸したんじゃん。ちゃんと読んでよ。マジで面白いんだって。
Exactly! See, this is why you're my girl. This is exactly why you're my girl. See, she was lending me her manga. I told you guys. Aoi just can't see it.
そんでもって熱く語り合おうよ。
Exactly, I love this. You are actually best girl. Like, actually. Okay, if I have time. No, you will.
ねえ、ロリコンって具体的に何歳差からを言うの？
Alright, so I'm gonna drop a knowledge bomb right here. Lolicon, it's not strictly about the age gap, it most commonly is because of the nature of it, but lolicons have much less to do with age and more about body types. So, some guys out there are legitimately interested in underdeveloped or younger looking girls, and that's what you call lolicons. It actually does not matter about years or age gaps. Forget about that, just chop the vegetables, will ya? The more you know. The raging storm shook Bouncing Fish Manor.
ねえ、本当にここに住むつもりなの？
だって
グライダーがあったから？
運命だよきっと。夜ちゃんもそう思うでしょ。
運命なんてナンセンスよ。姉さんって本当にロマンチストよね。
じゃあいいもん。私のセンスが夜ちゃんに一生理解されなくたってそれでいいもん。ロマンチストな方が女の子っぽいし。
はいはい、どうせ私は女の子っぽくないですよーだ。
それにさ、なんだかいいなと思っちゃった。
何が？
空を目指してみんな幸せそうに笑ってたから。うわっ、すごい風だね。
寝てる間に建物がぺしゃんこに倒壊しちゃうかもね。
夜ちゃん一緒に寝よう。
どうしよっかね。
夜ちゃん。
And it is 8:51. That's 10 minutes before I usually end my stream. So I think this will about do it for now. Considering we're at a new major part, I'll skip to a different page that I haven't used before. Let's go page 5. And number 44! Brilliant. I'll never forget that way. But that will do it for the stream for now. Again, 10 minutes early, but there's no way I could finish off this next major thing anytime before 9 o'clock unless I literally mash through like everything, which of course I don't want to do. I want to immerse myself with the remainder of this game as much as possible. So even if that means ending, whopping 10 minutes early, I'll do just that. So thanks everyone again who popped in, even just for a little bit. As always, Kane, Shelby, lending me support and whatnot. This definitely has been a really fun experience for me, and I'm definitely really enjoying this more casual streaming life. So It's great, especially since I get to play games that I actually enjoy and such. But that will do it for If My Heart Had Wings for tonight. It seems, to summarize everything, Amane is left, the club is destroyed, and we have gotten 2 more new boarders, one of them who seems interested in flying, which is really neat, and we'll definitely see where that's going next time, which I don't know for sure when exactly the next stream will be. It probably won't be tomorrow. I'll see how things look. Again, as always, be sure to drop a follow by my Twitter. That is the best way for now to catch when I'll be streaming. As I'll try and, from this point on, make a tweet around noonish or so. Like, whenever I'm done cooking, I'll drop a tweet about whether I'm doing an early stream, a normal stream, which I guess a normal stream at this point would be around the time I started now, like anytime between like 5:30 to 6:30 within that hour seems like the best enough time for me to stream. And I'll usually go to 9 o'clock, which seems fine enough. Again, people need to go to bed and whatnot, as I actually can really go later if I really wanted to, because I normally stay up until like 1 or 2 in the morning, but who's literally going to watch some dude play a visual novel at 2 in the morning? Anyway, that's about it for the rant. Thank you all again for stopping by. Everyone who did. Definitely super enjoying this game. We've reached a new major segment, and we will continue with that. Not the next stream, as of course, if you haven't been following my streams for a while now, I usually switch between this game and Twilight Princess, and of course, next stream will be Twilight Princess, so be sure to catch that as well. And I'll see you all then. Take care, everyone. Actually, let's go back to the title screen first.
これでどうかな？ちゃんと聞こえてる？
Hi. Alright. Take care, everyone. Again. Alright, we good. We out.